What is going on YouTube? Welcome back to your clothing guide, the Hoxton Trend. Right guys, so what I thought I'd do in this video is a fake versus real hologram Moncler logo, okay? Since 2008, Moncler have been using authentication codes on their jackets to help people identify which items are indeed genuine, okay? Now, since 2008, there's actually been 3 different labels that Certi Logo have used. So all jackets after 2009 will actually use some type of authentication label, okay? So if you do not see a jacket with an authentication label after 2009, chances are that it is actually a fake, guys, okay? Now, unfortunately, Moncler stopped using the Certi logo in 2013, and after that, they actually chose to use their own holograms, guys, okay? Which is these 2 labels that you see right here. So from around 2013 to around 2015, 2016, Moncler started using this kind of slimmer hologram with a little kind of a QR code and some numbers at the bottom, okay? Apparently this is where the counterfeiters could use those codes and put them on other jackets, and then it would make it seem like it was genuine when it was not. Now this is where a lot of confusion stands, because a lot of people thought that that was a Certi logo, but it wasn't. That was Moncler using their own system. And obviously Moncler not being like an authentication expert like that and having the same technology as Moncler, a lot of people actually thought that was Certi logo that was providing that labels, but it wasn't. Moncler started using a different hologram from around 2015, 2016, which is this more kind of round logo type label that you'll see. That is the one they actually started using now. Actually sorted out the problem with counterfeiters just simply taking their items and using it on a different jacket. What I want to do is give you a couple of tips on how you can use the Certi logo and how to spot if an item is actually fake or real, guys, okay? So what I've actually got here is a Moncler Tibbs jacket, which unfortunately is a counterfeit. So if you look here, you can see, if you see this hologram here, you can see it looks like the Moncler arm badge. Now you can see it's really off-centered, it's really not in the middle at all. Even this QR code is a little bit to the right, and you've got some numbers here at the bottom. Now what you'll find is that this should be a lot more centered. It's totally off, guys, okay? The other thing that I've noticed as well is that they get the names wrong. So if you look at the name inside the jacket here, it says the Anderson, but we know that this is actually a gilet and it's called the Moncler Tib, which I know very, very well. Another thing that you're going to notice on a lot of the counterfeits is they may still have the cut lines. So you see this little black line that you can see here, that's actually what they call a cut line. So it's where the machine is meant to cut, but you can see it's made a mistake because they'll probably rush in, or, you know, not doing things properly, and it hasn't been done very well. The other thing to look at, guys, is the alignment. If you look at the alignment on the labels, you can see here that it's just not flushed very well at the side, so it's a bit all over the place, so it's not very straight. Another thing that I noticed is that the stitching is really bad. I'm trying to look up here to see where it says industries just above in between the labels there, but the stitching have cut it so short that you can't see that. So it should not be like that, guys, okay? It shouldn't be like that. The other thing is, if you got yourself a QR code reader on your phone and just be able to pick that up, but that's not gonna work. Let me see if I can just try that now with my iPad. So there you can see, like, typically that should really pick it up, but it has not picked that up at all. Now if I had another jacket, let me see if I can just grab another jacket with a modern QR code on it. So for example, I've got a real Moncler jacket here. If I simply put the QR code reader, it should pick it up by right. There we go, boom. You can see now that's already picked it up, and it's given me an option to take me straight to the Moncler website. Whereas, as I said before, if you do that on the normal one, it's just not going to pick it up, because it's just nothing really. It's just a load of rubbish. The order of the labels compared to the genuine one and the real one. So this is the real one on the left, and this is the fake one on the right. You can see here that the first label should actually be the name label and the information label. You can tell the year of the jacket when it has the code here, QIND, that's the production code, and then here you got 16, that is actually the year of the jacket, so that should be 2016. On the jacket it's got another product code which is ZIND, and then we've got 16 here again. That shows us that the jacket is exactly 2016. But again, as I said to you, the first label should actually be like that, guys, or even sometimes I think it can be like that as well. But then if you turn it over, it should actually be the product label that you can see there, or sometimes I think even the product label comes first. Anyhow, one thing that you will definitely notice that the the label should really come last like that. Right, so I've got them right side by side. You can see there's a few little differences. Like for example here, you've got some stuff going on here. I mean, this is actually some technology going on in here. You've got these lines going through and a little bit of stuff there, not sure what that is. But this one, if I looked at it closely, you can see it's just stuck on and there's nothing going on here. So this is just a fake. And as I said, it's a little bit off-centered and stuff like that. But what you can actually do is you can take this code right here that you see at the bottom, and if you turn it over, it says code.moncler.com. You can actually go ahead, go straight to the website, put this code in, put all your details in, and it will tell you if your jacket is fake or real. Sometimes they might have to send you an email. So for example here, I've got an example email that they've sent over when I had to identify if an item was genuine or not, and it told me that the item was indeed a fake. Okay, so here is another example of a jacket that I've got, which is actually a fake jacket, where they have gone ahead and put in the labels in the correct sequence. So even that is not enough for you to identify if your jacket is fake or real. I mean, nowadays some of the fakes are so good, you do actually need to start using the hologram to ensure that the jacket is genuine. The labels are all in the right place. But one thing that I would note on this one is they've got the name wrong. So it says here Everard when it's not actually an Everard jacket, it's actually a different style of jacket. On the sides down here you can see it's all nice and flush, but if you look at here you can see that it's a little bit off the way that they've put the labels. Again, we've got that same issue that I was talking about. If you look there, I can see Industries nice and clear, but here you can see they've rushed it, and I've got to really pull that back to see the Industries part at the top here, so that's not been very well done. If we look at the hologram here, you can see that it's a little bit off balance, as I mentioned. And earlier on when I showed you the genuine one, you can see there was a little tiny little black mark here that you can see just right there, but on here it doesn't have it. There's nothing in the middle, and as I said before, it's a little bit off-centered. The other thing that I noticed as well is that sometimes when you look at the fake CERTI logos, now not all the time mind, but if you look here on the CERTI logo on the hologram, you can see it's a little bit sharp. It's been just cut off too fine, which is not meant to be like that. If I look at the genuine one, you can see that it's a little bit rounded. Can you see there? I'm talking about this bit right here. You can see right here that it's just rounded off nicely, but this one has just been cut way too sharp. I have noticed fake counterfeits which are also rounded as well, so it's not 100% way to tell. I mean, it's like these guys have produced so many different ones and tried it so many different ways that there's just so many different variants now, man. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Now this jacket actually has the older Moncler, and what I wanted to show you on here is that if you look carefully, one of the ways to tell this is genuine is they've got these little cut lines, which I'm just going to show you. If you look to the left on the top, the left on the bottom, and just a little bit to the right, you can see these little cut lines. You will always see that on the genuine ones, guys, but what I've realized is that many of the fake ones do not have that. So if you're looking for a really quick way to tell, you can have a look at those, but also put in this code that you see just at the bottom. Again, you can put that into code.moncler.com, and that will be able to identify if the jacket is indeed real or fake. Okay, the other thing I would advise you to do, guys, is to go ahead and jump on our Facebook group. It's a really popping place for the community. If you're having problems spotting fakes, you want to get a legit check or stuff like that, you can simply jump onto our Facebook group, and over there our team can basically help you to do legit check. We've had lots of followers that are having problems, like problems buying on Depop and eBay, and they don't know what to do. You can now put a message on our platform and the community will literally jump in, including myself, and will give you a hand with a lot of problem buying that you're having. So yeah, it's a great community that we're having on the Hoxton marketplace, so make sure that you guys jump on there and check it out and become part of the community. I think we've already got nearly 5,000 followers on there, so yeah, it's a really popping great place. You can also buy clothing, sell clothing, and connect with other like-minded individuals and fashion enthusiasts. Okay, so guys, listen, I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope you found it informative. I've got lots more videos like this coming, so make sure you stay tuned. Okay, peace out.